Hello, my beautiful friends. It is your host, Sadie J. MUA. My hair is doing a thing. I wanted to come on here and film today to try and get out of my head because I've been in my head. Sorry, I'm moving the camera. So today I figured I would do something kind of lighthearted and fun while putting on my makeup. I am going to rant about Zak Bagans. If you don't know who Zak Bagans is, he is the guy that does the Ghost Adventures. He had a documentary, I want to say about a year or two ago, called Demon House. I have heard it touted from a couple of my favorite YouTubers who do paranormal stuff that he is a quote-unquote expert, and he is not. And the reason I know that is because I have been inundated with paranormal experiences. If you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that paranormal stuff follows me wherever I go. It's a thing I've lived with since I was a kid. It doesn't really scare me anymore. It used to scare the crap out of me, but it doesn't really scare me anymore. I have 2 trickster roommates that don't pay rent, which makes me want to go. You guys are eternal. You should have some sort of resources. Anyway, besides the point. I want to talk about this guy because he is a fraud. He is... God, I can't... There's words to describe him that I don't really have hold of at the moment. But fraud is one that I'm looking for my eye stuff. Found it. They have a big bucket of stuff. And I want to talk about Demon House specifically because I just watched the quote-unquote lost footage of it, and it's funny. Like, it's funny, and I just realized I put on just one side of my eye. Good job, Sarah. So, I want to talk about it because there is some stuff in there that he does, and that if people follow him and believe he is somewhat of a paranormal expert, they will follow, and it's going to get them in trouble, it's going to get them hurt, it's going to be dangerous. Now, this Demon House I heard about on a podcast called Hillbilly Horror Stories, which, if you like kind of junior high-ish humor and some storytelling and people who don't really know what paranormal is, you're gonna love that show. It's funny. It's a husband and wife team, Jerry and Tracy Polly. They host that. If you want to get more like in-depth stories for paranormal stuff, I have a couple podcasts I will link down in my box below. Well, not link down, but I will shout them out. But they are Graveyard Tales and Astonishing Legends. And fun fact, I have been on Graveyard Tales. I had a story and they posted it and it was pretty cool. Sorry for my fan. It's like 102 degrees outside right now, so fan. Let's see. I'm gonna go, after I have moisturized my face, I am going to prime my face, and we're gonna talk about Zak Bagans, how much I don't like him. It's not necessarily a dislike, it's just the fact that he tells himself as an expert. People have been calling him an expert in paranormal activity, and it's not that. He is, like I said, he is a fraud. The stuff that he does is not safe. He taunts paranormal. He taunts like demons and ghosts and things like that. And That's not something you want to do. It's not something you want to do. My big box of stuff, I'm looking for my other primer. I used the Fenty Pro Filter primer. Still trying to get the hang of this thing. So this is probably going to be a longer video because I am ranting. I hope y'all don't mind. I really should have gotten this stuff together. So just breaking out that stupid box. Anyway, what I want to talk about Demon House is he was talking about how the police came to the house and dug up these ritual artifacts that were in the basement and then buried them again without taking them out of the house. And I was sitting here going, no police force in the world, unless they are horrible at their job, is going to rebury evidence in a case. Now, I'm going to say that because of what I heard on Hillbilly Horror Stories about this house. It's a house in Indiana, and it's not in the best neighborhood, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say obviously, because hauntings can happen anywhere. But it's not in the best neighborhood. And, you know, this is one of the cases that we have actual documented evidence by the police and by hospital authority that the stuff is real. So I believe the stuff that happened in that house. However, I don't like this dude because he does all the wrong things that you're not supposed to do. Like, he touched a Dybbuk box. Don't touch Dybbuk boxes. If you see them on eBay, leave them alone. You're gonna have trouble. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Listen to Sadie. And it boggles my mind that people still like watch him. Like, if you watch him for entertainment purposes, I'm not going to get on you because it's rather funny. The other primer I used was the Brightening and Blur Primer by Becca. Because I just sat there and watched the lost footage, which was 42 minutes on YouTube, and I almost took a nap because I was so bored. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead right into foundation. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter in the shade 270. It's my favorite foundation by far. Anyway, thank you, Mary, for that. My friend, the Real Mary Kelly, excuse me, is an amazing person. I love her to pieces, and she recommended this foundation for me, which is probably a little too dark for me right now, even though I've been out in the sun. Look at my eyes. Oh my gosh. We're gonna do some serious concealing on my eyes. Good Lord, guys. Good night. Okay. So, I'll hold up the mirror so you can see yourselves. Hi. And we're going to bounce away on the foundation. Anyway, he brought in a priest to kind of like exorcise the house, which, first of all, demons can reside in a house, but they can't take possession of a house. So they can also like infest a house. But again, they can't take possession of a house. They can only take possession of a living spirit, of a living person. I was talking to my friend Fadil, who happens to be a police officer in New York. And we were talking about this earlier. He was also a big paranormal dude. And we were guffawing at all the stuff that he did because he brought in a priest to exorcise objects. And you can't really do that because they can't possess objects that are not living. Like Annabelle, for instance. Annabelle has a demon infested in it, but the demon cannot take possession of Annabelle because it is not living. but it can take possession of somebody who is living, who touches Annabelle, or who, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they touch the doll, then they're in trouble. So that's the deal with that. Oh, it looks a lot better. Okay, now we're gonna go into the Fenty Pro Filter, excuse me, my word, concealer under my eyes. I have an eyelash on my wand. It's not good. And I'm going to prime my eyes with this as well. Anyway, I've seen him mock demons, and I've seen him mock potential spirits and things like that, and that's just not something you want to do. And as much as I enjoy Shane and Ryan from BuzzFeed Paranormal, and how Shane's like, it's your boy, you're really not supposed to do that. Like, it can be potentially dangerous. And I say potentially because if you're not a believer in like the paranormal and stuff, they don't really bother with you. And since he's a skeptic, a huge one, by the way, they don't really bother with him. But they bug Ryan so much because Ryan believes. Alright. Now I'm going to take the Fenty Pro Filter powder. I am a Fenty girl. In the shade Butter. And I'm going to spread that all over my face. Starting with my eyes, clap the mirror. So watching this and kind of ranting about Zak Bagans has made my depression a little worse. I mean, a little better, I should say. I had an awful time this weekend. Saturday was kind of an okay day. I kind of lost interest in things. I told my daughter I was going to take her swimming, and it didn't happen. I told her I was going to take her on Sunday. Sunday I had a massive migraine most of the day. And then Monday I wake up and I'm just this listless, gross human who hasn't showered in 2 days, who didn't want to do anything, and was just crying for like no reason. And it sucks when I get that way. I hate it. I usually have a quick recovery, but some days are worse than others. And just know I am taking my treatment. I am getting treated for it, so I'm okay. Ooh. Anyway, back to paranormal stuff. And basically that's all I have to say about him. I don't like that he is counted as an expert in this field. He is not an expert. I'm more of an expert than he is, as much as I've dealt with paranormal experiences in my life. Hi, that's my face. I'm going to go in with the Morphe 25L today and kind of play around with this. It is a beautiful palette. Beautiful. And all proceeds go to the Trevor Foundation, which I think is amazing, which is one of the reasons I bought it. I don't need another makeup palette, but I bought that because it is going to a charity that I personally think is a good cause. So there's that. I tend to giggle a lot. I am sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do green look today. Well, kind of like a sea green look. So I'm going to use these three colors right here. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one right here. Just a simple aquamarine look. I'm gonna take my handy dandy color switch, and I'm gonna Have some fun. I love this color swatch thing. It's great. Okay. I'm going to go in with the shade Parade. It's the darker of the shades. Kick that off a little bit. I'm just kind of stamp that on my eye. There. So while I'm talking about the paranormal, I figure I might as well tell you a couple of my own stories. I'm going to tell a story that I don't think I've really told anybody. That happened to me when I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid growing up, I had a little brother. I have a little brother. We don't really talk anymore. My parents and I don't talk anymore. There's no big story there except the fact, I don't like him. And growing up, we had a 2-bedroom house that we rented from a landlord, and my brother and I had bunk beds. Now, I was on the top bunk bed, he was on the bottom, and occasionally I would see like shadow people, I want to say, but I would also like hear stuff and just get a general I'm not alone vibe, which is super fun when you're a kid. Like I said, this scared me when I was a kid. Anyway, one night I was sleeping on the top bunk, and I don't remember what happened. I don't really know. All I know is that I woke up, I want to say around 3 or 4 in the morning, and I was in this kind of life-size cradle that I had for my baby dolls. I was in that from the top bunk, which so the top bunk was right here, okay, and then the cradle was a little further away from that, across the room, up against a wall, nowhere near my bed. I was inside of that. I didn't break it, surprisingly. It was just a weird thing because that's where I woke up and I went back to my bunk bed and slept. But that kind of like stayed with me as, okay, something weird happened. And it was just an odd occurrence. When I think I was about 6 or 7, I want to say, was when we moved to Phoenix. I was old enough to know that it wasn't right. And, my parents came in because apparently they heard a bang and I got in trouble because I was sleeping in the cradle when I wasn't supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. It seemed to happen a lot with my parents. They didn't believe me about stuff. Meh. When my dad was like the whole reason I got excited about the paranormal to begin with. He was the one that started the whole thing. We would watch sightings together. We would watch, creepy paranormal stuff together, and I love that kind of things. But anyway, so I took the shade Art and I did that above Parade, and now I'm going to take the shade Make Magic and just throw that across my lid. Again, it's a super simple look today. I don't feel like being super glam. Just a simple look. So I'm just going to take that shade and work it all over my lid there. Just pretty green. That is blended nicely. There we go. I did spray that with a couple spritz of setting spray. I'm using the Wet n Wild Natural Finish setting spray. Doesn't really setting spray is setting spray when it comes to eyeshadow. I just take a flat brush and all over the lid. I got a little right there, so I will clean that up. I always have makeup remover wipes with me. Just to kind of clean up edges and whatnot. That's really pretty. The color. Alright. I'm gonna go back in with my sponge and knock things over. And then just kind of tap that out a little bit. I'm going to take the Morphe gel liner in Stargazer. This is really pretty. It's black liner with sparkles in it. We all know that I love sparkles. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get bent liner brush so I can find the one I want to use. So I'm going in with BH Cosmetics bent liner. Ooh. All right, she digging in there. Sorry if I talk during this, I will mess it up. So I'm going to try not to do that. Can't really see it on camera, but it does sparkle. I like it. So I'm going to attempt to do that on the other eye. Which is not working out all that fantastically. Okay. Here we go. I do like that gel liner. It's really nice. It's really soft and easy to work with, unlike some of the other gel liners that I've worked with. Okay. I don't have any blush with me. I don't. I have like 4 pairs of lashes in here though. No blush. I'm going to go in with Becca's Champagne Pop. Just because it's a pretty highlighter. I'm going to do my brows real quick. My brow gel. Off camera in all the making of the noise. I'm using the NYX brow gel just to kind of lay everything down, get a nice little angle shape. It's tinted brow mascara, not brow gel. This is when I don't just like, I'm doing a quick brow today. Don't feel like digging out my pomade. Don't feel like digging out my goof proof. There we go. Boom. Brow's done. And this is goof proof for me. I'm going to take a little more Champagne Pop, and then I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner. I haven't done that like in a while. I keep forgetting. And some excess. There we go. Just make that tail again. I'm not going to put lashes on today either. They're just a pain in the butt to get on, and then I only wear them for like 3 minutes so I can take a picture. I'm going to do simple look today. Sorry this video is running a little long, but most of my videos run a little long. It's the way I am. Sorry about it. I'm going to put on the ColourPop BFS mascara in black on black. I love this mascara. Love it. But in the end, speaking back on paranormal terms, if you want to go and watch Demon House, it is, I believe AMC was the one that did it. So if you have the American Movie Channel, AMC, I know my stuff, go watch it. I'm pretty sure either you will find it monstrously scary or you will laugh your butt off, which is what I did. Because he racially profiled a ghost, guys. He racially profiled a ghost. How do you do that? How? I'm gonna go in with, I don't want to ruin it, Fenty Beauty's Tiratini. I've been wanting to get like an orange lipstick, and hey, this is my chance. Didn't want to ruin it. That doesn't look good with the light, with the eye look. Okay. I will use that another day because wow, that's orange. That is orange. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Jeffree Star's Gemini. Because I am a Gemini, and that's fun. It smells like root beer, and now I want a root beer float. And it's a shame because I don't have root beer in the house, nor do I have vanilla ice cream. Much better. I do love this. It dries down really nicely. It smells amazing, and that smell doesn't stick around all day. So, it's good stuff. So this is my finished look. I'm going to go in with the I Love Revolution Fixing Spray. It's green tea. It smells really good. And then going to fan myself. It's just warm. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for listening to my little rant about Zak Bagans. Thank you guys for listening to that little paranormal story I told. Just remember that I love you all, and you are all beautiful, beautiful people. Please don't let anybody else tell you differently. And I will see you back next time when I film. Bye, guys.